You're listening to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. NFL, NBA news, and more coming to you right now. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. Okay, so this week we have last week's top storylines, this week in sports history, news, Super Bowl 56 preview, and NBA games of the week. So, last week's big storylines. Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP. But the question is, did he deserve it? I have two minds about this, because on one hand he had a great year, but on the other hand he made some questionable things during the off season and during the season that I think should have taken place. Should have immediately knocked him out of contention for MVP. I truly believe that it was Tom Brady. I will go to my grave thinking that it was Tom Brady. It should always be Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the most valuable thing in the NFL. The most valuable player in the NFL. He generates more money than any other player in the NFL's history, and that should also be taken into account. I genuinely think that it should have been Tom Brady, and a lot of people who know the game of football think so too. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. He got rewarded for his bad behaviour, so we are still going to see the drama queen himself, Aaron Rodgers, over and over again. Great. I'm not looking forward to this season's drama. This off-season's drama with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's like on and on and on again. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's enough. Either retire or re-sign, but don't stop doing this. We don't know what the future holds. Just make a decision. Make a decision and stick to it. And in making a decision and sticking to it, what's going on with Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray on his Instagram wiped all his Instagram photos except for two. The Pro Bowl and when he won the Heisman. The Arizona Cardinals wiped all their photos off Instagram too and kept when they drafted Kyler. And I don't know another one. Have no idea what the other one is. Should have done my research in that. So what's going on with him? Is it a contract issue? Is it a personal issue? What's going on? So I'll be following that one closely because I like Kyler Murray. I think that he's a good little pocket rocket. In some NBA storylines, James Harden traded to Philly for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, DeAndre Jordan, and 2 first-round picks. James Harden's out of Philly. That lasted 13 months. That big three lasted 13 months. Holy crap! That was a short-lived journey through James Harden's net career. Very short. It'll be interesting to see how him and Embiid work together. But I think that's great for Ben. I think that he will love it at the Nets. He will love it in Brooklyn. And that feud is going to be great moving forward. And I'm so looking forward. I'm so glad that we've got it. In some other NBA trade deadline news, the Lakers do absolutely nothing. Great. Yeah, this is something that I've come to grips with, is the fact that the Lakers do absolutely nothing coming forth to the trade deadline. And then they do one massive splashy thing in the off season, and then it's like, oh my god, they're great again. And I'm like, no. I'm not falling for it this time. They're going to have to actually show me some results, because the Lakers suck at the moment. The Lakers suck. And it's almost embarrassing to be a Lakers fan. Almost embarrassing. But it's never embarrassing to be a Lakers fan. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted with my Lakers. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm conflicted. I always am when it comes to my Lakers. I don't know whether I love them or hate them or want them to do. I don't know what I want them to do. All I know is that I just want Westbrook off the team. That'd be amazing. It would be amazing. CJ McCollum has been moved to the Pelicans. So they're looking a little bit more, they've got a little bit more depth now. Hopefully when Zion comes back, they can start to put together a team around Zion. So yeah, there's not many storylines. So that's all for the storyline section. Now this week in sports, Cleveland in 1937. Cleveland, now Los Angeles Rams, are granted an NFL franchise. So, in 1937, the now Los Angeles Rams were formed, and they're about to play in the Super Bowl. That's awesome. I love little tidbits like that. That's why I do this segment, so I can find little cute little things so I can share with you all. In news, and it's also a fairly light news week because of the fact that we've got the Super Bowl coming up, and then all the storylines will come out after the Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it. OBJ says that he is willing to sacrifice a salary to stay on the Rams. No crap, OBJ. You're playing with a dynamic quarterback. Yeah, no. Let's see after Sunday. Let's see after the Super Bowl whether they're saying the same thing. In some injury news, Rams placed tight end Tyler Higbee on the injured reserve, but activate running back Darrell Henderson off the IR ahead of the Super Bowl. That's going to be a huge loss for them in terms of Tyler Higbee. He's a great tight end. But the run game is going to be a huge factor for the Rams because the Bengals can defend the passing game really well, not so much the running game. So having an extra running back would be a great idea. Jaguars hire Buccaneers assistant Mike Cardwell as their defensive coordinator. So Doug Peterson is putting together his staff, which is good to see. Looking forward to seeing what the Jags come this year. They had a disappointing season last year. Everything with Urban Meyer, all of that. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of the Jags this year. John Collins is out for 3 games with a foot injury. So yeah, that sucks. John Collins is a great player and is a great piece for his team. He does so well on the floor and makes so many little things work really, really well as a good power forward / center. And yeah, it sucks for the Hawks. Like, that one sucks for the Hawks. The Hawks are finally getting some sort of rhythm together, and then John Collins goes out. Nikola Jokic has reclaimed #1 spot on the Kia MVP ladder. I think he's going to go back-to-back MVPs, but yet I don't see Denver going anywhere. It's really funny with Denver, I just don't see it. I don't see it. The All-Star draft was fun and exciting, with KD dissing Harden. That was funny. And LeBron just made it funnier by having that clipboard in front of his face and uncontrollably laughing. Chuck doing his regular thing of just making fun of the whole entire situation. Yeah. That's funny. That's fun. Next week I'll go through and preview the All-Star game. I don't know whether I'm going to watch it or not. I'm not that big of a fan of the All-Star game. I'm more of a fan of everything else surrounding it. But yeah, just coming so soon after the Super Bowl that I'm just a little bit like, oh my god, we've got Super Bowl, then All-Star game, and oh my god, I need to stop for a little bit. Yeah, so that is the news for the week. Now, my Super Bowl 56 Bengals vs Rams preview. So, I've broken it down into 5 key things, then I've given my prediction. So, Joe Burrow needs to be kept clean throughout the entire game. He has had 12 sacks in the playoffs. Now, granted, he had 9 sacks in the Tennessee Titans game, so that sort of is an outlier, but he needs to be kept clean. That O-line needs to protect Joe Burrow really well from the two forces of Aaron Donald and Von Miller, and I'll get to them later. Matthew Stafford needs to eliminate turnovers. He's an interception away. He's an interception machine. He has picks for no reason. He has Cooper Kupp and OBJ. He shouldn't have picks. So Matthew Stafford needs to eliminate turnovers, and the Rams need to access their run game on a high level. Aaron Donald and Von Miller are the keys to the Rams defense. Yeah, you've got Jalen Ramsey as a good corner, as a good safety / corner, and Jalen Ramsey will just be trying to lock up Jamar Chase throughout the entirety of the day. But they're the two keys. If they are having an awesome game and get to the quarterback, that's the key of how the Rams can win. The Bengals also need to use Joe Mixon a lot more. He's been a key to them succeeding, and it's been great to see them. It will be great to see them use Joe Mixon a little bit more and access their run game a little more. The Bengals defense needs to play like they did in the second half of the Chiefs game, and just consistently put pressure on Matthew Stafford and make Matthew Stafford make unforced errors. Matthew Stafford is not Patrick Mahomes. So if the Bengals if the Bengals defense plays like they did in the second half of the Chiefs game, they'll be good. They'll be a good team. And Sean McVay needs to have the coaching performance of his life. He needs to not get too cute and start coaching the way that he is being labelled as the boy genius. He and Matthew Stafford need to be on the same page, and they need to just work together. Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor also need to be on the same page too. But I think the key to the Bengals winning would be if Joe Burrow is kept clean and the Bengals defense is solid. With Matthew Stafford and the Rams, the key to them winning is Aaron Donald and Von Miller having an awesome game and getting to the quarterback, and the Rams utilizing their run a lot more than what they have over the past couple of games. So in saying all that, I have the Bengals 27, Rams 24. I think the Bengals are going to win it. They're a team of destiny. I heard someone say it today, and I believe it wholeheartedly. They're the team of destiny. They're like the Giants of 07. Everybody's counting them out, but I feel like they're the team of destiny. They're the team of destiny. I just feel it. I feel it so much in my veins. Like, I feel it. I've had 27-24 in my head. I've had dreams about it. That the final score was going to be 27-24. But don't bet on it because I said it, because I've got no idea what I'm saying half the time when it comes to scoring. Anyway, the NBA games of the week. Got the Nets versus the Knicks, the Battle of New York. That's going to be cool. Then we've got the Sixers versus the Bucks, potential Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Those are two really good Eastern Conference games coming up. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports Podcast. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.